welcome another Thursday evening with VNCE Vietnam Cultural Exchange in Da Nang, and I'm Onle, your host. I'm glad that you are joining us again. Tonight is Imaginations in Hand and Plasticine Creations. So it sounds a lot of word that is make me hard to pronounce right now. So and of course, I'm here in our inspirations curators, Gulias, and she's the one who prepare for the workshops. I'm so excited to hear about that. I'm so sorry if my English tonight is not really good because again, I'm still learning English every day. So again, for the people who doesn't know me, I'm Only. And I'm the founders of VNCE's Vietnam Cultural Exchange. We established the company since 2018, and until now, one of our parts is we running the children gallery, and that is the reason why we organize the live stream every Thursday to explain with everyone about our free workshop on Sunday every week. And yes, let's learn more about this activity with Gulya, who always brings wonderful creative workshop for children at our place. Hi Gulya, how are you feeling today?
Hi, Joanne. Hello, everyone. I feel great and excited. Today's workshop will be very playful, and air plasticine is so fun. It will be our main material, and kids, I am sure that they will have fun because it's soft, it's colorful, and easy for kids to shape. It always sparks joy.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Air plasticine is lightweight, soft modeling material. I will explain more about it because I always try to choose materials which will be comfortable for work with for kids. And this material, really soft modeling, that's very easy for children to shape and mold, and unlike traditional clay, and it hardens naturally in the air without needing to be baked, for example. And it's great for children's art because it's safe, it's easy to manipulate. It's encourage creativity in very easy way, and it develops fine motor skills. And it's forgiving because mistakes can be easily corrected, so children feel confident trying new things.
That sounds a lot of promising here because you say you can cover up the mistake, right? So any mistake happen and you can cover it up. Is it your main here is you have to redo it or you try to make another part to fill up the mistake?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So,
And the topic will be, I will offer to make different creatures. It can be real animals, and you can make it, kids can make it in their own style, or it can be like fantastic creatures. They can combine parts of animals, or it can be what they want. I want that it should be some living creatures, but
mhm. So what exactly is plasticines and why it is so good for children art?
Yeah, because it's safe and easy to manipulate, as I say, and it's much more easy to work with it than, for example, traditional clay, and we no need to have some manipulations after making our art. No need to bake, no need to dry special things. It just to give, and not a long time to dry.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful because I love how safe and simple it is. It's give the parents peace in mind, because sometimes with some workshop we need to use scissors, we need to use some kind of sharp tools for kids, or even with pencils. So with the kids, sometimes with the kid 3 years old, when they hold the pencils. I remember one accident from my baby sisters, not that my baby. So my sisters using I think she used kind of pen or pencils. And unfortunately, when she failed, when the pencil on the hand is scratching her skin on the
Mm,
cheek, um, you know, the kids is easy to recover. It's everything. It doesn't showing anything on the face at this moment, but even with that, it's every single tool for kids is very dangerous. That is why we always request parents should attend with the kids, especially when they are under 6 years old, because we should not be too confident, positive about our own kid. We love them, of course, but for that age, it's very difficult to handle. And I love that with this at workshop, it's easy for kids and it's cheap. It's kind of like biz in mind. And it's not too expensive if the parent want to buy it at home and let the kid practice doing that at home. So children can shape their ideas without needing ovens or special tools. They just need to dry them, right? So air out and then it dry. So it feels soft in the hand. Is it similar with Play-Doh? You know Play-Doh?
yes, yes, it's similar. It's similar a little bit um, another texture because it's becomes dry after. Uh,
Okay. Mhm.
but it's similar. It's similar in easy manipulating.
Yes. So I'm not sure if Vietnamese parents get familiar with Play-Doh. Play-Doh is the material they suggest for kids from 3 years old. It's safe for kids from 3 years old. It's soft in the hand when you do things. However, even they suggest 3 years old, but my daughters, when she turned into 2.5 for now, she plays every day, and of course, with our observation, she doesn't like food general, so she will never put anything in the mouth. That's thank God, it's easy. But I'm not happy with the part that she doesn't like food. But anyway, come back to this. Play-Dohs is the soft materials that you can let the kids maybe I think around 4 3 years old 3 4 years old they can play with that because you can reuse them after they making the shape or everything. You can put them in the box, the containers again, close them well, because the difference here is with the Play-Doh, when you air out, dry them, and then that will be come into like it's very hard. It's turned into like it's not really exactly firm, but it's not easy, it's not soft anymore for kids, and you can feel the dryness from that. So that is the difference between the plasticines and also the Play-Doh. So for everyone knowing, so they can realize between the materials. So what are some basic shape of figures that kids can start when they use air plasticine?
Okay, yeah. First of all, Plasticine lets children explore 3D art in a fun, stress-free way. So we usually make balls and spheres for heads or fruits or simple decoration, cylinders and tubes for example, arms and legs or tree trunks or stems. Flat shapes or pancakes we make for layering or creating backgrounds or making simple objects like leaves. We make also cones and pyramids for hats, mountains, or animal bodies. We make snakes or ropes for flexible lines, for borders, twisting shapes. With young kids, we usually also train the names and all these shapes because they just start learning all these things.
That's fun, yes. I can already imagine the excitement because I know how excited my daughter is at home every morning when she wake up before the school. Mommy, Play-Doh. And that's it how she start. We have a couple of colorful Play-Doh for her to play. That's exciting for kids. And kids love rolling balls into the tiny heads, stretching the clay into the funny worm, or just like they consider at a stick. And these basic forms are simple, but yet they open the door bigger creation when you combine shape together. And when children combine the small shapes, they realize that the big things are made from little steps. And that lessons is both artistic and life-changing. It shows kids that their imagination can grow layer by layer, and that's something really nice. So, how do we keep the children engaged and not give up when the clay or the material turned out in the way that they doesn't want it?
Mhm. Encourage them to reshape, laugh at mistakes, and turn accidents into new ideas. Yeah, like this. And thanks God, this material help us making something another new. Mhm.
That's really nice. I learned from my own kid as well. I will prove that when you say like, um, you can correct your mistake because when my daughter played Play-Doh, so
Mhm.
she tried to make a ball, and it's so hard for her to do this motion. This is really important for kids to learn all different movements and motor skill that we often say. She's not able to do that with her tiny hand. So at the end, she end up turning to the ball into the stick by doing this motion. And that is something that it teach the kids a lot, right? So when you able to hand in the hand and you roll like this, become a ball. And when you just stand up like this and you roll, and that will become a stick. Yeah, she called that stick, like a long stick. And that is something fun. Or even it's not like a ball in that way, but it could be like an oval shape, because a little bit depend the motion that you do. And I do believe that it's nice how say it's funniest creation for kids that some ball turn into like a long stick, completely different idea. So it's so cool mistake out, and a squishy ball might suddenly become a turtle shell. For example, for my kid, it will become just a stick. And I love how children can transform the frustrations into the joy with just a little encouragement. And yes, even with my daughter, when she doing something is not in her plan, she gets angry and frustrations. But
Mhm.
that would be the moment that we can say, hey, you can make a stick as well. You know, and the parent can model by laughing along or suggesting playful the twist. And this moment building the resilience, teaching the children not to be fear with the imperfection. So
Mhm.
yeah, something that we all have to learn together as a belief, parents, kids. So, what's the best way for the parent to join the workshop with their kid?
The best way for parents to join the workshop with their children is to take an supportive, encouraging role rather than directing the activity. Participate alongside, not instead of show interest by creating your own piece, but let the child take the lead and encourage exploration, praise effort, creativity, and experimentation rather than the perfect result. Ask gentle questions like, what are you thinking about, or how do you make that effect, or to spark reflection without giving instructions, and provide help only when needed, or just stay, as I say, always just sitting near and be near, and maybe talking about not exactly process but something else. Or for example, I share when we use plasticine. I also remind and share with my son how hard it was in my childhood use plasticine in Soviet plasticine like this. It was very hard, and you should spend a lot of energy to make it soft. And I like this art activity, but I don't like didn't like make all these things and spend so many energy to make it soft. And my son, he always think that I was my childhood was in really hard conditions, and it was like very ancient years or something like this. So we have only Soviet toys, Soviet things. But yeah, even in my childhood, we had only very hard traditional plasticine. Yeah, and only when I grow, materials also change, and now they have really diverse of materials.
I think that's such a change because as I believe like the generations, different generations definitely have a hard time, especially like in Vietnam, we grow up from the war. So we build up the entire countries again after the war. So definitely the material, the how we make shape really different.
Mhm.
I think nowadays Vietnamese kids have so much opportunity to do a lot of things, a lot of workshop out there for them to do, you know. And I mean, this kind of material, this kind of workshop, we are mostly focused for them to experiment with the technique, and also to be themselves. So yes, I will absolutely agree with that because the children also will feel very proud of themselves when the parent create beside them. And it's become a bonding time where the art is just not about the objects, but it's a experience. And the parent can share the silly stories while shaping. Also can share the story you just say, like how you grow up in the past and now. So that's a kind of nice magical family moment for your kid to learn about your history as well, right? So it's really nice to learn about the parent condition in the past. And this is not only support the creativity, but also the strengthen emotion connections. It's about the empathy for the kid learning that what or how you grow up in the past. And I believe those shared moments last longer than the clay or the material itself. And can the children miss the colors of the air plasticines? What happened when they do it?
Mhm. Yes, they can blend colors to create new shades or marble patterns. It's also like they're discovering. So what they can, yeah.
Yeah, that must be exciting for them. I don't know if you combine all together. I never allow my daughter combine the Play-Doh colors. I don't know if it's the same effect or not. That's the question that I bring up because uh-huh. Go
Because
ahead.
yeah, because you can reuse Play-Doh, but with our air plasticine, we usually just make one object and it dries.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, it makes sense.
You can
All right.
use
Okay. That makes sense. So again, for all the parents doesn't know materials, I don't have a lot of experience with the plasticines. I what I imagine that it may be similar with Play-Doh, but based on what Gulya say, Play-Doh we can reuse. Yes, I reuse them, but the plasticines, remember that when you use them is you have to dry them out and then you cannot able to reuse them again. So the children love experimenting with colors because it's feeling like a matches, and that's a good point that they're able to combine all the colors. Mixing teaches them about their cause and effect. When you do something, it's a cause. And what is the result, the effect from that? They see that instantly how two color change or how they combine when it's next to each other, and the surprise keep their curiosity alive. And sometimes the marble look is just even more beautiful than a just single solid color, right? So it's a lesson that experimentation often brings unexpected beauty. So what about the finishing touches? How can the children add detail to make their figure more expressive?
Mhm. Finishing touches are a wonderful way for children to make their figures more expressive and personal. And it can be add small details, eyes, mouths, patterns on clothing, for example, or texture on object can be characters' personality. Can give characters personality and use different tools or textures, toothpicks, brushes, or even fingers can create interesting effects on in clay, plasticine, or paint, and layer shapes. For example, combine small shapes on top of bigger ones and add depth on and dimension. And also use doodling on patterns, for example,
Oh.
adding lines, dots, or sample doodles on surface.
Mhm.
Uh, it also gives makes artworks more unique.
Mhm.
We really like doodling, so when I can remind this for kids, I always make it.
Yeah, when we like something, we repeat it a lot. Same with me. I like the Moon Festival, and then I bring it up almost every single live stream for now. But even it's not linked, but like today, I should bring it up because when we like something, we often try to redo it. We repeat it many times. So I love how simple tools can transform a plain shape into the character. And the feel like can make it like smile or a dog also can create texture like a fur or the scars. And this little detail have children feel like a true artist. Parents can encourage kids to think about the story behind the figure, or was it the feeling, what is it going, and this transform art from just a craft into the storytelling. That's a nice part. So once that creation are done, how should kids store or display them?
Just let them dry in open air and then place them on a shelf or use them as a small gifts or even toy because it's dry already, so you even can play with it. Uh, Maybe carefully, but
Mm.
yeah, my son usually make and then play with his objects. Mhm.
So they can carry those objects come home with them, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice. So children can feel the hush of sense and of pride when they see that the art display at their home, something to memory about. They can put them on the desk, on the table. It tell them that your creativity is matter. And
Mhm.
that might even enjoy gifting their creation to teachers or friends, which build more the generosity sharing gift. These dry figures become symbols of their effort and imagination. Displaying them also spark conversation when the visitor come and giving the kids confidence. It's us that keep inspiring long after the workshop end. And that's a beautiful. So I also want to go a little bit into the tactile play support during brain development for this activity, and I will come into that part for now. So Gulia, why the tactile play like a modeling of the clay or the air plasticines or even with Play-Doh so important for children brain?
Um, it stimulates multiple senses, touch, sign, even smell, and straightens brain's connections. And we can talk more about exact kind of skills which kids improving during this type of classes.
Mm-hmm. So that's make how to say the children learn the best when their senses are fully engaged. So holding or shaping the clay, the air plastic, the molds, the material that they use, give their brains information the screen never can. And it's build a neural pathway that support the memory and focus. So, and the more sense involved, the richer learning become. And also like this isn't just fun. It's like a brand food. And there's a tactile. I don't know how the word pronounce at this moment. Tactiles. Uh, does it play also have with emotional regulation?
Um, yes,
Mhm.
because kids during this process come down, they can they focus and then can think also and um, maybe analyze some of their emotions.
Mhm.
So it's for sure helps
I
analyze.
noticed that too, actually, because when children find comfort in repetitive movement, it's like a rolling clay back and forth, and it's give them the sense of control and calmness. Parents can use this activity during the stressful time to have the kids settle, instead of saying like calm down. Offering the clay to play with is much more effective, I think. It turns stress into the creativity, which is beautiful transformation. Even for myself, I often offer that for my daughter when she try to do something, or even give them the piece of paper and tell them for coloring. So
Mhm.
I often let my daughter doing like, do you want to play Play-Doh? Do you want to colors or even sticker? That the movement, peel them out, put them on
Mhm.
the table, or any object that they want.
Mhm.
Those activities calm them down. It's another way for them to do because kids are like a pool of energy. They have a lot of things. They need to do something. And repetition, the thing that they often do, they know how to handle them, that make them feel confident and relaxed in themselves. And how does working with their hands support children find motor skills?
Mhm. Working with their hands is one of the best ways for children to develop fine motor
Mhm.
skills. Because when they manipulate materials like clay, air plasticine, paint brushes, scissors, they are straightening their small muscles in the fingers, hands, and this improves coordination, learning to control their movements for drawing, cutting, or shaping, hand-eye coordination. For example, aligning what they see with how they move their hands. And
Mhm.
these skills not only help in art, but also support writing, self-care tasks, and other everyday activities. And also, plus, working with hands can be calming and satisfying, giving children this a sense of accomplishment as they see their creation take shape.
Mhm. Oh, like the tiny hand movements prepare the children for writing, right?
Mhm.
Drawings, even like typing their shoes, and it's amazing how play can both enjoyable and practical in that age. Parents might not always realize how much skill building is happening through art. Every little squeeze roll is building strength and coordinations. This kind of development is invisible, but it's so important for them to grow. And can the tactiles play improve creativity beyond art making?
Mhm. Yes, it trains their brain to think flexibly, solve problems, and invent new ideas. So it's improved um, for sure very much.
Absolutely, I love that. Creativity isn't just about making pretty things, it's about thinking in new ways. When the children face a problem, like their clay figures, collapsing, they invent solutions, and that flexible thinking transfers into the schoolwork, play, and even relationship. So it teaches them that there are many ways to approach a challenge, and so as become a training ground for for the creativity living. So how do the tactiles or can encourage the social interactions among them?
Social. Yeah, kids share tools, they trade colors and tell stories while creating together. They share ideas. They sometimes, if they are friends, they can ask advices about their artworks. And, they give advices, as I see during our classes. So I always start all our activities from introducing ourselves. Even I already know these kids, or they already know each other. Sometimes every Sunday comes some new kids, and I always say, for them you should introduce yourself, and it's very important to remember the names of each other, because when you will ask help or sharing some materials, some tools, better to name to know the name of your friends or table neighbors. So I also try to learn them all these moments.
Yeah.
Remember
Mm-hmm.
names, ask help, what they how they should ask to share materials. All this.
Yes, I know this is like something like when they sit close to each other, it would be easier to have a conversation, right? And learn how to share things is really important for kids as well. This builds the teamwork and teaches the kindness, and it's such a healthy way for children to learn cooperation. And those share art sessions often lead into the lasting friendships. So, what role can parents play in the encouraging the tactile creativity at home?
Parents can set aside time and provide materials and join in as co-creators. I don't like when they try to direct kids. I ask usually them not work instead of kids. If they want also make something, they can be co-creators or make their own artworks. We can share with them also materials, but not disturb or not direct.
That's a beautiful reminder because children thrive when the parents show interested in their creative works. It's not only about correcting their own things, and it's just small box of clays or material that you provide, Play-Doh,
Mhm.
plasticines, doesn't matter, and a few minutes of shared time can mean so much. It tells kids that your ideas are valuable, and the parents don't need to be artists. They just need to be present. And this builds children's confidence and make the homes a play of the creativity. So finally, how do tactiles play to prepare children for the future learning and growth?
Strengthens focus, patience, and the ability to turn ideas into real objects. For sure, it grow their creativity, their skill of solving problems, communication also skills. Um, so many things we can improve uh, through this simple activity, simple material.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more because these qualities are essential in school and in life. So when children learn to stay focused on shaping something, they practice perseverance. And when they patiently build step by step, they understand the value of process and the joys of turning an idea into the tangible object, giving them like confidence in their own ability, and these are life skill. Also the same with plays, and I thing. So thank you so much again for joining us today. So before we end the live stream, would you mind to repeat or remind us about the activity this week?
Yeah, we usually have art activities on Sundays, Sunday morning from 9 till 11. All these activities are for free for all kids, but we will be glad for your donation or orders in our tea shop, because for this incoming, we can be able to buy all materials for all our classes. We also have other activities. There are our schedule is more full, and we have some more offers than this Sunday morning activities. We also have Sunday afternoon activities. It's a repeating of previous topic, and it's usually provided from 3 till 5. And we have fee here, only 50,000 Vietnam dong, and it includes drink for each kids. But we had to make some fee because yes, buying materials is our main thing, which we have behind all activities. We need to buy for providing all our art ideas, which we really want to provide to kids.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely is. Thank you so much for reminding us about all the workshops. So, yes, you can have us, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe our channels, and share it with your friends, because your support helps us to grow up and also reach more families and children. So, of course, join us for the next Thursday for another creativity workshops, and always hearing about our different topic. So see you again for next week. Goodbye.